Where was I? Oh, yeah. So let's look at this one for example. So the purchase price, 250,000, loan amount or the seller finance amount, 233,000. Here's the monthly payment. Here's the cash to seller, and here's the assignment fee. This is whatever this number is, the assignment fee has no bearing on what the seller is getting. What it looks like is you'll see it changed here. So the purchase price was 250, but now it's 260 because we added the assignment fee. So it's not going to change your numbers on Deal Sniper because the seller doesn't need to see what we're selling it for.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. And then if you could go through how, so I had a little bit of a nibble on one of my offers, and he was asking me if I could come up in my monthly payment. So I know you take all these numbers and go back to that other calculator that you're at. Can you just kind of walk me through that again, where I input all the numbers from this, and then how I play with the payment that he's asking for to see
If the deal is
my maximum, yeah, where I get down to like 10% or whatever it is.
Sure. So do you have the numbers that Deal Sniper spit out for you?
I do, but unfortunately it's on the laptop, so I'd have to like boot it all up and everything. So
You want to just see how to do it in general?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So we'll take this one. This must be the deal that I put into here. So they're giving a payment of $657. They're giving rent of $1,529. Okay. So if I put that, now obviously I clean my numbers up, but if I go to the seller financing tab and put in the number that they said, which was I'm just going to do 650 because I did 647. So you see the cash on cash return goes to 17.28%. And then if I want to find out my max, then I'm going to keep increasing the payment incrementally until this drops to like the lowest part of 10% that I can get it to, because 10% is our threshold. If the deal doesn't have at least a 10% cash on cash return, we're probably not going to be able to sell it. So in this situation, I would just go up. Oh, no, 750. I would just go up. Okay, so I'm at 13.5. What about 800? All right, 11.69, 850. 850 is too much. 835. I mean, I can dial it in more, but it doesn't matter because I would only offer the seller at max $800 anyway. So $845 a month is the highest I can give them to still make this deal something that we can sell.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only part that I was still kind of confused on. So I think that's all I needed to know, right? Because that will give me everything. Because he's not asking for interest or anything like that. He was just like, "Oh, your payments. We'd need a higher payment." So I'll mess with that.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Just keep going up here. And a lot of you, depending on which version of the calculator you have, you may not be able to manipulate this number. And that's because there'll be a formula there. So now I'll click on this box, for example. See how that's already got the formula. So it's going to change based off of what I put on the input page. I can't manipulate it. So all you have to do, if you have, not on everything, because then you'll mess up your calculator, but if you click on this box here, C8, and if you have a formula up there, just delete it. All you have to do is delete the formula, and then you'll be able to manipulate the numbers, because the calculator is made for people who don't really understand. So we don't really want you guys manipulating your own numbers because you may do something wrong. That was before I was training. Now that I'm training, everybody's getting a very clear understanding of how it works. So I have no problem with you guys deleting that formula and putting your own, so you can figure out what your numbers are.
It's going.
Yeah, what's up, dude? Is that Jordan?
Yeah, it's me.
What's up, man?
Nothing much. I need to steal for like 1 second. I'm busy dealing with independence at the moment, and the seller is a wonderful, wonderful individual.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, the seller's not bad. It's the investor. He's becoming an ass.
Yeah, I heard.
Where do I find the addendum? I need to make an addendum quickly. Because I'm not sending the guy who's selling independence a whole new contract. I'm just putting in the addendum. Hey, this is what the term, like these are what the terms are. It's broken down nicer for you. Blah 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 blah.
Gotcha.
I just don't remember where to find the addendum.
Give me 2 seconds. I will email you one. Hold on.
Thank you, boss man.
No problem. Give me 1 second, everyone. For those of you that don't know, Jordan is a valued member of my team. And while I love you all and will help you all, if my team needs something, that's going to take priority. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to send him a quick email. I'm not even going to cut this out of the video. Let's see.
I'm sorry, everyone, for cutting into the training. My bad.
Don't worry about it. Because guess what? They all just learned some stuff. Oh, wait a minute. We don't want to send contracts out more than once. I'm about to get a bunch of questions about an addendum, so that's fine. That's all good. If I send you, no, I don't want to send you that addendum. That's one else like hand typed. I don't want to do hand typed. Where is that one that I have? Not that one. This one should work. Here we go. Nope, that's the contract. Son of a bitch. Oh, sorry, Mom. Okay. No, that's not gonna work either. Damn it. Give me 1 second.
No, it's all good.
I know where I can get one. Okay. So give me like what, 2 minutes and you'll have it in your email.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. But if my team needs something, I gotta do it. Fillable copy. Perfect. And the only reason I'm not showing it on my screen, what I'm doing, is because I post all these videos to YouTube for the video library. And if you start flashing your email or your inbox, YouTube doesn't like that, and I can't have my videos taken down because you guys need them. These are valid questions that you guys are all going to need. So I thought it'd just be safer just to do it that way. Cool. All right, done and done. Let's go back to what we were doing. All right, who else has got another question? Nobody? Well, what are we doing the training for? I can go hop in VR if that's the case. Here's a couple of things that I do want to go over for people that may not know to ask, or for people that are newer that are going to have these situations come up. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. One of the first things you want to do is when a realtor sends you back, there's certain key phrases you want to look for to know when to pass on a deal, or when they are politely saying no. I get a lot of screenshots of people who will ask me, hey, what does this mean? So if you get a response that says the seller would like an offer that is conventional, right? That means a cash offer. They're talking about a conventional loan. So they're saying, tell your client, your buyer, whoever, go to the bank and get a conventional loan. They're basically politely saying no. Okay. So if they say that, no, you can't offer them a cash offer. I mean, technically you can if you want to get cussed out, because what you would have to get it for as a cash deal, because it's on market, is so ridiculously low. I mean, don't get me wrong, it could be done, but it's not something that I would really recommend doing. It's just a lot easier. Just move on to another deal. Okay. Let's see some of the terminology. A lot of screenshots I'm getting are people saying, what's the term? What's the term? Your default answer for the time being, 30-year term, 7 to 10-year balloon. What's the interest? There is no interest. Why is there no interest? Well, that's part of the reason why we're adding so much to the purchase, to your asking price. Well, how come you don't need any interest? Or why can't I have a higher payment? Because Our buyers are looking to take this as a buy and hold. So having a threshold for cash on cash return is essential in order for it to pencil out for our buyers. That's the technical answer. The real reason is, or the easiest way to say it is, if the deal doesn't cash flow, our buyers have no incentive to buy it from you, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor. It's very simple. So if they're asking for a higher payment, as long as the cash on cash return is higher than 10%, you can offer them more. All you have to do is go to the deal machine and do what I just did. Put in the information for your deal, and then just start playing with the monthly payment and keep raising it until you get to 10% cash on cash return. That's the highest payment you can offer your deal.
Sean, I got on and I have the numbers for me. So if you can kind of walk me through it again, because I'm messing with the calculator and I just want to make sure I'm getting a 116.32% on cash return. So I'm thinking I messed something up.
No, that's all right. What's the purchase price? What's the purchase price that Deal Sniper gave you?
300,000 or $349,994.
Okay, so 350,000. All right. And what did they say the seller finance amount was?
$325,495.
All right, so 325. All right, so then it's a $25,000 down payment, right?
Yeah.
And what
Oh,
if
so you're
they?
putting it on inputs. Okay, I'm doing it on the overview on the seller finance.
Oh, yeah. So you put everything on the inputs page, and then you click on the corresponding tab, and the numbers will auto-populate for you.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing wrong. Got it.
Cool. Do you want me to finish underwriting it?
Yeah, let's move forward.
What does Deal Sniper say the rent is?
So I got a monthly payment of $1,094.
No, the rent.
Oh,
It'll be right here.
that I don't know because all I did was copy the letter, so I only have the information of the letter that I've
Oh.
saved. Should
Okay.
I not?
No, you're fine. Do me a favor and DM me the address,
Okay.
because I don't want to put it all on here. But go ahead and DM me the address, and I'll just punch it back in.
All right, doing that now.
Because I also need the taxes and the insurance. I need these as well. Because every deal you're going to have to put in whatever. If you're checking it against the calculator, there is a spot on the seller financing tab where you have to change the taxes and the insurance, and there's a spot for you to put in an HOA if they have one.
Got it. I just sent it to you.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
I don't know why it showed up like that though.
That's okay. All right. So let's do this. Okay, for now, and then I'll put it into the system. So all I'm going to do is put it back into Deal Sniper and get the numbers. Okay, so search. And then for anyone who needs it, I can go through and do a whole nother property from start to finish, step by step, what I do, if anybody needs to see that. Let's see, Avenue. Okay, so just to make sure I've got the right one, it's the house that's definitely staged, right? Super clean?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the rent is $2,550, and the taxes and insurance is $4,400. All right, $4,400. All right, cool. So
and you're getting that off of Redfin, that information that you just
no,
did?
it's in Deal Sniper.
Oh, it is. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like somebody like no one's property. I'll just do a random on market property as soon as I'm done helping you underwrite this one, so everyone can see kind of what I'm doing. The only reason I'm not showing what I'm doing right now is just because this is your deal that you're working, and this is gonna go live on YouTube. So I don't want somebody else to steal your deal and basically have it underwritten for them by me.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. So what was the taxes and insurance? $4,500. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Okay. And now we can start streaming again so everybody can see me doing the underwriting. Perfect. All right. So the taxes, nope, let's do this one first. So 2550, good. And then we go to seller finance. Taxes were 3,000 and the insurance was 1,400. And then did you tell me what the monthly payment was? You did. No, you didn't. What was the monthly payment that Deal Sniper said?
Oh shit. It was like 1,019.
It was $1,094. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna do 1,000. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting a 26% cash on cash return, which is that's a phenomenal deal if you can get this one.
Yeah. So his major concern was just higher payment. So
Well,
if I mess with that, then I can come back with something a little bit.
let's see. Let's go 1,250. That works. 1,500. That works. We're probably capped at what, 1,650? Yeah, okay, so that's too much. 1,600. 1,550. So 1,575 is the highest you can give them on a monthly payment.
Okay. But when I counter him, I want to
be less than that. So you offered him $1,094.
Yeah.
So just at first, don't, when someone says, actually, this is for all of you. When someone says, I want more, or my seller wants more, whatever, more down payment, more monthly payment, my seller wants interest, you're not just throwing out arbitrary numbers. You ask, okay, what are they looking for? Let them tell you. What are you looking for? Well, all right, that's fine. What are you looking for? And I'll build it into the deal. And if that works, no problem. I got no problem giving them that. But I have to know what they want. Let's avoid this back and forth, just tell me what they want. If I can give it to them, I have no problem giving it to them. If I can't, I'll tell you what I can give them. And if that works, then we're good to go. If not, hey, no harm, no foul. Have a great day. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. There is unfortunately, I didn't think to record it. That's my bad. I should have done that. But there's a guy, if you guys want to talk to him in the Discord, his handle is Tyler A. And I got on a closing call with him earlier this afternoon, and basically talking to someone, a major real estate broker in, I don't even know what city it was in, actually. I don't even know the address. And I was talking to this guy. He owns like 10 properties. He doesn't like working with wholesalers. He doesn't like working with people who aren't the end buyers. But I got on the phone with him, and he literally said, you know what? I don't do wholesalers. I've got people calling me all the time. I love the offer that you sent me. I like the format. I like what you're trying to do. He's like, but what really got it for me is you seem real nonchalant about this, meaning you must do this a lot. I said, yeah, like 15 times a month. He said, is it successful? I said, yeah, or I wouldn't keep doing it. And that's what it comes back down to, what I said on the other training and what I tell everyone. Jordan, back me up if I'm lying. The only way, not the only way, the way that I am successful at what I do is because I don't care. I don't care at all.
I that is true. He doesn't, but he cares for you. But
So I don't want this to be misconstrued. I do care about the deal. I do want the deal. I want the assignment. I want you guys to get your assignment. I want it. But if I don't get it, I don't care. I don't care at all. It's like it's nothing, because my mindset, if I don't close this one, I'll close the next one. If I don't close the next one, I'll close the one after that. I'll get one. It's fine. And when you come off like that, just like this guy who's talked to, he's a real estate broker, been in the business 38 years. Now he's selling off his own portfolio. He talks to wholesalers all the time, always shooting them down. He didn't shoot me down. I didn't tell him I wasn't. I told him the dirty truth. He asked me questions. How much you guys going to make? I'm shooting for like $10,000 on this deal. And any other one that we get. I mean, we'll take whatever we can get. We're not trying to make $1 million per deal. But yeah, I'm shooting for about 10 grand if we can do that. I said, but we don't charge you. I'm going to charge my buyer. If I tell you I'm gonna give you 250,000, you're gonna get 250,000. If I can't, if all my buyers come back and say, hey, we're only willing to pay X amount of dollars, I'll tell you, if you want it, you can take it. If you don't want it, well, no harm, no foul. I got you some information in 2 weeks. I just don't care. Every question he asked me, I told him that's why I always tell you guys, just tell the truth. You want to work with people that knows what's going on. It makes it so much easier. The conversation I had with this guy went from one property that Tyler sent him to now 10. The whole portfolio, we're going to get it under contract, 10 deals, because I was on the phone with this guy for an hour. And my demeanor was, I don't care. I'm going to tell you the truth. If you don't like it, hey, we don't have to work together, man. This is a great conversation. You're real knowledgeable. I love talking to you. I'd love to do business with you. But if it's not a fit, no big deal. We can still be friends. Like, I just don't care. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, you can't care. That's one of my, that and I'm crazy. Sean, what do you mean you're crazy? I've got 6 personalities. So if this one that's in the driver's seat doesn't mesh with the person I'm talking to, we just switch. But my biggest thing is I don't care. I don't care if we get the deal. I'll get it. We'll get another one. Don't worry about it. That's why I'm so easy to tell you guys in the Discord, oh, someone says this person said no, this person said no. Hey, on to the next. There's over 1.5 million properties listed right now. You have unlimited leads. So what if they say no? Laugh about it and move on to the next one. Find the person that says yes. Exactly. Plenty of efficiency. All right, I could monologue all day. Who else has a question? I'm on here to help you guys. Does anyone need to know anything specific?
This isn't a question, but it's to help you don't care. It's called commission breath. You don't have commission breath. People can smell that commission breath. You don't have it.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't have commission breath. You guys can't have commission breath either. It's the program that we have with Deal Sniper. I mean, if you break down the actual formula, which all of you guys should know, unless you're like, this is your first day or first time hearing me talk, you're going to send out 20 offers a day, 5 days a week. Or, I mean, you can send out more, but your minimum, 20 offers a day, 100 offers a week. You're going to get about 4 to 5 responses that are positive. And of that, you're going to close 2 to 3 deals a week. Now, hold on. The deals aren't going to close in a week. But when I say closed, I mean getting a signed contract back. There's a whole nother side of wholesaling, which is disposition. But when I'm saying closed, I mean closed like the seller said, yep, they signed the contract, you got it back. And then typical assignment is we shoot for $10,000 per. So you're going to get told no 95% of the time every week. If you're doing 100 a week, 95 people are going to say no. And if it were me doing it, I would be so happy every time I got a no, because I know that's just one more out of the way. All right, cool, 94. Cool, 93. Cool, 92, until I get to my 5. And if you're not willing to like, if that's something you can't handle, being told no pretty much 400 times a month to make what? Even like, let's do the math. Let's say it's $5,000 an assignment, right? Let's say you work with a disposition team and they're going to take their cut or whatever. So you get $5,000 an assignment times 3 times 4, because it's 4 weeks in a month. That's $15,000 a week. That's $60,000 a month to be told no 400 times. Nora, what's up? Sorry, I can't see the other screen.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much. Thank
No
you
problem.
I'm using Deal Sniper to send too much offer, but that's no need to do underwriting. Just gonna be enough if I see the cash on cash numbers on Deal Sniper only.
Yeah.
I don't use the calculator, the deal machine.
Right. Well, yes and no. So here's my thought about that. I teach you guys, I do the videos for the deal machine calculator so that you can do what George was going to do. Hey, they told me they wanted more of this or more of that. Does that work? Now you guys know how to use the calculator to see how it works. But I would never underwrite a deal using the calculator before I send the offer. Don't. Because think about it, what I just say, 95 people are going to say no every week. That means you're going to underwrite 95 for nothing. Unless you just want the practice, I would only use the deal machine calculator on deals that get a positive response from a realtor. Whether it's, hey, I want to talk about this, even if that's all they say. You know what? I like this offer. Let's set up a time to talk. The moment a realtor says that, you set up the time, you go up to Deal Machine and you underwrite the deal. And the reason why you do that is because if the realtor is going to get on the phone with you, they might want to negotiate. They might want to haggle. They're trying to represent their client to get them as much money as possible. That's the job. So they might get situations like George. Hey, I got your offer at $1,000 a month, but can we do higher? I mean, what are you looking for? What's your seller? What do you consider higher, Mr. or Mrs. Realtor? What do you want? And then let them tell you. But if you've already underwritten the deal in preparation for your meeting with them, you already know in your head $1,575 is the highest you can go. So if they say, can we do $1,250? You can say, I'll tell you what, if we can get this, if that'll get this deal done and we can get it signed today, I can absolutely do $1,250. Because you already know your max is $1,575. If they say, can we do $2,000 a month? You know what? At $2,000 a month, I ran my numbers. This deal's not going to cash flow for my investors. They're not going to be interested. I can do $1,250. You can start negotiating, and you can only do so much. And if the deal doesn't fit, even if you talk to a realtor, because I know how it is. You talk to a realtor, you get super excited. Oh my God, this is my first one. You want it to go through so bad. You start wanting to bend rules to make it fit. Don't do that. If it doesn't fit the mold, all you say to the realtor is, hey, you know what? I really appreciate us going through this back and forth. I don't think that's going to work. The most I can do is, because you already know what it is, it's $1,575. The most I can do is like $1,500 a month. So if that can work, I'm ready to go. If that doesn't work, then hey, this isn't the deal for us, but my offer is going to be good for 45 days. That's it. That's your answer. And then on to the next. Again, there's 1.5 million houses listed. You're not going to run out of leads. So it doesn't matter if you mess one up or do something like that. But to answer your question, Nora, again, I'm long-winded as hell and it's Friday. No, don't use the calculator on every deal, just the ones where the realtor responds to you positively.
Okay. And another question, I use a proper stream to find the email for the agent. It's gonna be easy to send direct for them. But sometimes I facing the owner. It's gonna be LLC, and they have more than 500 property nationwide. There is any advice to deal with like a cash buy?
Here's the thing with, and this is not going to be the end all be all answer. I've been doing this for a while. I have a disposition team, so I can speak to it a little bit. In our experience, LLCs that own hundreds and hundreds of properties, even 30 or 40, no, 30 or 40 actually you can do. Let's call it 50 or above. Chances are there's already something in place for what's going to happen to their properties. Those are legacy LLCs, meaning, like for me, if I had kids, then I would leave all my properties to my kids. So I'm not selling them, but not on market, not to a wholesaler, not nothing. Now it's different if they reach out to you. If they reach out to you and they're like, hey, I want to sell my properties. I own 50, I own 100, I own 500. That's a completely different story. But if it's you like cold calling or something like that, I would stick to people that own like a maximum of 20 properties. I wouldn't do in the 100 because chances are you'd be wasting your time. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, one other thing. If the property is on market, I don't know if you heard this or not, Nora. If it's on market, you cannot underwrite it the same if you're going to do a cash offer. Cash offer is 60% of what it's listed for, minus the rehab, minus your assignment fee. That's the most you can offer. So the ARV doesn't matter if the property is listed. Doesn't matter if it's listed for 10 days or 100 days. All right. Does anybody else have a question? Oh, I get it. It's Friday night. You guys want to go party? No, that's all right. Go party. I'll go party too.
Could you run through a sub 2 again?
Yeah, I can do that. Do you have numbers in mind, or you want me to just kind of make it up?
No, I just wanted you to pull one and plug in the numbers and tell me what
Sure.
should be looking for.
So, first things first, on a subject 2, once you find out that there's a mortgage, how do I want to explain this simply? Let's do it this way. Okay, so let's say you send out an offer, and you know they were listing it for $250,000, but you offered them $270,000 from the deal sniper, and at $650 a month, right? And then they respond back and they say, well, we have a mortgage. And you ask, okay, well, if you could tell me the mortgage approximate, use approximate when you're talking to, especially realtors, because if you're asking for exact specifics, then they may try and anticipate what you're trying to do. And it's a little sad that we have to do this. I know I tell you guys to be upfront, but just use approximate. Trust me, it's a psychological thing. Just what's the approximate mortgage balance, interest rate, and monthly payment? I'll rewrite the deal in 15 minutes and I'll shoot it over. We can probably cover that mortgage. That's how you say it. If they give you back the numbers, and I'll use this one that's already here as an example. So they have it listed for $250, but you find out their mortgage is $215,000. Then you got to do some quick math, or grab a calculator, it doesn't matter. You have to see if 10% of this number, because that's the most you can do on a down payment, is going to be better for them than what they have it listed for in the long run. And let me show you what I mean, because I know that was kind of confusing. Well, I'm going to be talking, but I'm going to show you what I mean. Excuse me. So if they have it listed for $250, but their mortgage is $215, that means that when they sell it, the most that they're going to, assuming they sell it for what they have it listed for, $250, the most that they're going to walk away with is $35,000 cash, right? Everybody follow me? 215 minus 250, 35, right? But they have to pay closing costs and they have to pay their realtor. So when all is said and done, closing costs is about 10% of the listing price. So 10% of 250,000 is how much? It wasn't rhetorical, but it's okay. It's 25 grand. So they're going to pay $25,000 in closing costs. That's including the realtor. So when everything's said and done, they're really only walking away with $10,000 in their pocket. So if you can give them more than what they would walk away with selling it traditionally on market, that's a slam dunk subject to. Because here's what you're going to say. It's simple math. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. You know, you're selling your property for $250,000, but you have a $215,000 mortgage. If assuming you were to close this at what you're asking, you're only going to walk away with $35,000 before closing costs. After closing costs, you're going to walk away with what? 10, 12, something like that. And they're going to say yes, or they can correct you and say, no, my realtor cut me a deal. I'm going to walk away with 20. Oh, okay, good. Well, here's the thing. If you were to, and now, you know, regardless, you can give them 10%. So even if I bump this up to the max, what if I told you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, Mr. and Mrs. Realtor, whoever you're talking to, that I can give you that same $20,000 that you would walk away from? You can take your property off the market. I'll pay your realtor's closing costs, and we'll just assume your mortgage, and you can just walk away. No more showings. You had your house listed for 90 plus days. Obviously, nobody's buying it, and I know you want to get this thing sold. I know for a fact that I have a buyer that'll take this from you under those terms. Who's going to say no to that? So if the property has a mortgage, you want to figure out if your maximum down payment is more money than they would walk away with than if they sold it traditionally on market for what they have it listed for. Not what you offered them, what you have it listed for. Now, here's the caveat, well, not the caveat, but here's the other side of that. Let's say it's listed for $400,000. and they have a $215,000 mortgage. That's not going to be a subject to. That's going to be a hybrid. And what that means is they're asking for more money on top of the mortgage than 10% of their mortgage. So that's how you know if you have a hybrid situation or subject to. If you can pay them your maximum cash to seller or less and get them the money that they need to walk away, that's a subject to. If they're asking for considerably more than what it's listed for as a purchase price, then it's going to be a hybrid. Does everybody understand that before I start underwriting this thing? Or does anyone have any questions? I guess that's a better answer, a better question. Okay, cool. If you do, just cut me off because I can't see the other screen. So let's do a completely different one. Let's say they have a mortgage balance of 100 and, no, wrong spot. All right, so here's how you do a subject to. They have a mortgage balance of 117,000. You can round it. Here's when you're doing the mortgage balance. If the realtor or the seller says, "Oh yeah, our mortgage balance is $116,434.22," just round up. Just round up. That's all you got to do. It's easier. Let's say their PITI is 685.25. I don't know. They have a 3.25% interest rate. That's fine. So the maximum down payment that we can give this person is $17,000. So I'm just going to put that in. I wouldn't offer that. I would offer like 10 and see if that works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then you have wiggle room. You never want to offer the most that you can straight out the gate, because if they say no or they want a little bit more, you're stuck. Like there's nothing you can do. And then I will do this at 13.50. That's fine. So if I go over to subject to, you'll see that everything is carried over. This is what it looks like for the buyer. Still has the same mortgage. That's wrong. What did I say the payment was? 6 something and some change? 685. Okay. So here's what it looks like for the buyer. The buyer, your investor, however you want to word it, wants to buy this $146,000 property. They have to come to the closing table with $29,340. $27,000 in the entry fee, $2,000 in closing costs. Why is that 27? Oh, because I have this at 17,000. All right, that's why. Sorry. Gotcha. That makes more sense. $20,000 for the entry fee, $2,300 for the closing costs. $10,000 of this is going to go to the seller. The other $10,000 is your assignment fee. And then you can see how the deal breaks down here. Now remember, these are yearly numbers. Okay? When you're dealing with this only yearly numbers, if you're on the input, those are monthly. All right? So in rent, this property will bring in $21,600 a year. The investor is going to have to put away $2,160 for their war chest. That's to cover vacancy, repairs and maintenance, CapEx reserves. For those of you that don't know, CapEx reserves is when the big stuff breaks. The foundation, the roof, the furnace, the water heater, the electrical, big stuff. Repairs and maintenance, that's, we got to call a plumber because the toilet's clogged. That's that kind of stuff. It doesn't really matter how you have this arranged as long as it totals 10%. Okay. But I do have the breakdowns right here. So once they pull out from the $21,600, once they pull out their war chest, they're going to be left with a NOI, or net operating income. That's what that stands for, of $19,440. Then they have to pay off their debt, which is $12,000. You changed that again. No, it's not. 6. Am I on hybrid? Oh my God, I'm on hybrid. Unbelievable. Sorry about that, guys. Same numbers though. 16,000 war chest, NOI, $14,580, and then they have to pay the PITI, the monthly payment. The $685.25 over 12 months is $8,223. That means when all is said and done, the profit that the buyer will get to keep every year, because remember, this is all yearly, is $6,357. which will generate a 28.46 cash on cash return. So this is a good deal. Now, again, that was long-winded. Does anybody need me to go over that again or clarify anything? Awesome. Okay. Well, that's all I've got. This was more of an open forum, impromptu trading. I wasn't 100% sure I was going to do one today. But unless you guys have something else you need, that's all I got for you.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Not a
Thanks,
problem.
Ron.
You're welcome. Have a great Friday. If you need anything, just go ahead and drop it in the Discord. See you guys.